Lots of time. To the end zone for Colasar. Touchdown!
Following an 8-4 season that included a stirring come-from-behind win in the Hall of Fame Bowl, the 1988 Wolverines are again rated as one of the nation's best. And as usual, you can look to the offensive line as one of the reasons, and Bo feels that two particular players stand out.
John Vitale and Mike Kusar have had the most experience of all the people up front. Vitale will be in his third year as our starting center. He's got excellent feet. He's a very competitive young man. And if he plays according to what we expect this year, he should be the best center we've had in my 20 years here at Michigan. Mike Kusar will start at the quick tackle position, meaning he's usually to the split end side. He should have an outstanding year. He's about 280 pounds and very quick. He's got good, quick feet, and he's a smart offensive tackle. And those two would be the key to our offensive line.
Michael Dames, David Chester, Dean Dingman, and Tom Doring all saw starting duty last year, which makes for a solid nucleus up front. Mark Ramirez and Big Greg Skrepenik are also being counted on and provide quality depth. At tight end, again, Michigan is strong with a pair of very good ones.
Derek Walker is probably as fine a physical specimen as ever played here. He's 240-some pounds and magnificently built youngster and strong and powerful. Also has excellent hands, runs routes very well, and had a great spring. Jeff Brown's been a 2-year starter for us. Excellent blockers, improved as a receiver. Those two tight ends would indicate that you would be foolish not to have them both in the game because both of them are just great blockers and better than adequate pass receivers.
At wide receiver, Michigan is blessed with 3 good veterans, and according to Bo, the best of the bunch during the spring was Chris Callaway.
He's a competitive little devil, and his speed is improved, and he's a tough blocker, and he makes the clutch catches for you. John Colasar told him during the spring that he would have to make all 20 spring practices or I'd redshirt him next year. Because he's missed too much football his sophomore and junior year, which really prevented him from being one of the great players in the country, really. So he's healthy and feels fine and is playing extremely well, and Colasar is a big play guy. Greg McMurtry, once again, missed most of the spring because of baseball, but I think he's determined to blossom into the type of receiver that we anticipated when we recruited him. I think he'll be a big play guy. I think he's going to make some big catches.
In the backfield, the Wolverines will be strong. And you've got to begin with starter Jared Bunch, who is returning at fullback.
He's around 235 pounds now. He should be a powerful back, both as a lead blocker and a tough inside runner. He's got to get the football more this year, and because he can punish people with his the way he runs inside because he's so big and strong. Leroy Horde will play both tailback and fullback, and has got a lot of ability and should have some impact on our team this year. At tailback, Tony Bowles right now probably along with Tracy Williams have the edge. I think both those youngsters have played extremely well. They both should play. They're not Jamie Morris yet because, they don't have all of it together in terms of faking and blocking, catching the ball out of the backfield, things like that. But they both have excellent talent.
Speedster Allen Jefferson is still recovering from a leg injury, and if he heals quickly, he'll also see playing time. On defense, Michigan's strength again lies up front. And according to Bo, the big men are his defensive tackles.
Mesner's our big play defensive lineman. He's the guy who can make the big tackle for a loss, sack the passer, run down the ball carrier. He's a hustling, hitting guy. The other tackle, John Herman, is kind of the big slugger in there. He's very physical and plays hard. Not quite as quick as Mark, but does a great job of playing the tough tackle in there.
The defensive line will also be deep, with Brent White, Ward Manuel, Mike Teeter, and T.J. Osmond seeing a lot of action. At linebacker, the Wolverines are searching for the right combination, but there's one guy who must come through.
For one guy to be a key to our defense would be J.J. Grant. He's always been hurt a little bit. He's had shoulder problems and so forth, and he's got excellent physical potential. He's got to be a great, tough linebacker this year.
Because of last year's injuries at linebacker, there are plenty of spots to fill. Inside, John Milligan, Mark Spencer, Eric Anderson, and Scott Smykowski are all vying for playing time. And at the outside backer, Bobby Abrams and Tim Williams have the most experience. Curtis Feaster and Joe Holland are coming back from injuries, and newcomers Byron Townsend and Alex Marshall are pushing the frontrunners. Neil Simpson, who played last year as a freshman, is being slowed by a leg injury and is working to get back to full speed. In the secondary, the Wolverines have made one big change, and there is a key starter coming back.
David Arnold is the veteran back there at the wide side halfback, and David has great potential. Injuries have kept him from having the really big year. This should be the year that he really plays and comes to the floor. The other key position, I think, is the movement of Trip Wellborn, the freshman receiver from last year, to a safety position. I think Wellborn can help our secondary. He's a very gifted athlete, and he's very bright and smart. By comparison, they should be a little faster than last year and a little better interceptors.
David Key will also play some in the defensive backfield, while Veda Murray, Otis Williams, and Sean LaFontaine will battle for the other spots. The kicking game is in the capable hands of Mike Gillette. We know he can do the job on placements, but Bo is even more pleased with his punting.
He's developed into an excellent punter. His consistency is vastly improved, and anytime he can get off a 60, 65-yarder, he's really got the potential to knock that ball deep. So Mike is probably the most valuable player on our team right now, to tell you the truth, because he is the kicking game himself.
And, of course, we'd like to give you as much scoop on the Michigan team as we can, and just recently, 2 captains named.
Yes, Friday night they elected Mark Mesner to lead the defense and John Vitale on the offense. They're 2 very competitive players. There were other guys who garnered a lot of votes because we had an exceptional group of seniors. But those 2 will captain the Michigan team in 88.
One group of players we left off, the players coming back segment, the quarterbacks.
I noticed that, Jim. I didn't see any quarterbacks on there.
Well, we figured we'd let you tell us.
We'd play without them or what?
No, I knew you weren't going to play without them. But we figured you'd tell us where they stand. You still haven't made a decision on who the starter will be.
Well, we've given everybody an opportunity. And, of course, as you know, Demetrius Brown came into camp late. And I would say right now that we will probably go with a veteran quarterback to start the season at Notre Dame. That doesn't mean that one of the younger guys wouldn't play during the course of the game, because that's conceivable. But right now, I think it would be in our best interest. And I won't name Michael Taylor as the starting quarterback, but he's had the most work and very honestly has looked quite good this fall.
But you're not ready to say he's the guy.
Well, Jim, if you want me to say that, I'll say it. But I think that I want to keep this thing open. And I think everybody understands where they stand. And we have no problem with people on our team and our coaching staff. It's guys like you and everybody you walk down the street who's going to be the quarterback, you know. And but that's the way we're feeling right now, that we would probably start the Notre Dame game with a veteran quarterback.